was the same President Tinubu.
Yeah.
That your famous question is, you should tell us his name, his primary school, who owns Alpha Beta, and all of that. So you've forgiven him for all of that. Is it because the APC sent some people to come and meet you before inauguration day? Because we noticed is after that meeting, although you denied that there was no agreement to, you've submitted that.
So guys, it was an interesting conversation between Bode George, Rufai Oseni, and the Arise TV crew. Bode George is a PDP chieftain, a very strong core PDP member. He was asked to give an analysis of Bola Ahmed Tinubu 1 year in office. But the answer he gave shocked me. It shocked me really much, and I'm going to tell you why it shocked me. This is someone that was apprehensive of Bola Ahmed Tinubu becoming the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He said all manner of things about Bola Ahmed Tinubu, but right now Tinubu is 1 year in office and he cannot fully give us an assessment into Tinubu's 1 year in office. Listen to this interview. I'll be back at the end of the video to give my analysis of what just happened. Thank you very much.
Your assessment of 1 year of President Tinubu in office, and also the performance of the ministers who have been with him for about 8-9 months. What do you think?
You know, I need to be fair. I need to be very fair. Because at this age, getting to the 8th floor in the age ladder, we must tell the truth to power. The performance of any government in the first year, you can forgive them, because as an engineer, we look at that as a learning curve, the first year, because he wasn't in government before, and he had never been in government before. I told a lot of my friends and my colleagues in the political side of this country that, look, okay, my Oga, General Buhari, was there for 8 years. We saw the mess. We saw the mess, the complete collapse of this nation. Okay, he's fresh, he's new there. Give him time. So that 1 year of grace has passed. And therefore, I said to other people that this next second year of his administration, we must feel the impact. We must see those terrible areas being reverted. And that come this time next year, partisan politics will start. And that is when we would really sit down and do an x-ray of every sector. Because so far, people are hungry, people are angry. Things are not going right. They tell us it is as a result of the poor performance of their party managers and the government managers in the last 8 years. He has just spent 1 year, so I want to excuse him for now. Is it in the economic sector, the agri sector, the infrastructural sector, even the income to our nation, the debt portfolio that this nation now has? It's so annoying that Nigeria has drifted so badly, so poorly. They created a Ministry of Humanitarian, whatever they call it. It was a shame. Collecting that humongous amount of money every 30 days to be distributed to the people. Where is the data that they used? Have they called the lady who was the minister to come and explain? And so many of these sectors, it's like we are completely in a doldrum. We've forgotten everything that is called the management of the resources for the betterment of the people. For God's sake, I have said to my closed-door friends and outdoor friends that, look, let's give him 1 year of grace. That 1 year of grace has ended. Now, by this time next year, politics will start. That is when we will do an in-depth analysis into the management style of his administration. Because he wasn't the one that had been there for the last 8 years. But now the 9th year, no difference.
All right.
Everywhere you go, still the same.
This is your son, Rufai.
Amio.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. But, sir, I will have to be firm.
Thank you.
I will have to be firm. Sir, this was the same President Tinubu.
Yeah.
That your famous question is, you should tell us his name, his primary school, who owns Alpha Beta, and all of that. So you've forgiven him for all of that. Is it because the APC sent some people to come and meet you before inauguration day? Because we noticed is after that meeting, although you denied that there was no agreement to, you've submitted after that meeting. You have turned Baba, the narrative have turned to Omowani Ejoshi. Is that it, my daddy? Is that the situation of things? Baba SMP. No, let me finish, daddy. Because all of a sudden, now you are saying really. 1 year is not a good scorecard. Is it when politicking starts in 2 years' time?
Not yet.
That will be a good scorecard when people are hungry, inflation. You are just saying that on the side. But I can see that you are stylishly still exonerating Tinubu and saying, no, you know how many Oleshedi bebere. Is that the case, my daddy?
No. People, no. You know, what I am saying is that let us be fair. Somebody ran this nation for 8 years. 8 years of absolute mismanagement. The former head of state was my guy in the military. We respect our seniors, but that what they caused this nation in the 8 years, you can't expect somebody. Even if we had won the election, it would have been near impossible. Because first of all, you want to find out what did they do. How did they do it? That's why I said we must give our best of today so that tomorrow will be better. I am giving them that open, that the opportunity to correct. We hadn't seen any impact of what they are doing. So I called it the learning curve. Because if he was part of that administration, he will have no excuse not to immediately start changing certain policies. But let's give him that time. I'm not begging for him. Let us be fair.
Okay,
all right?
Chief
they
George.
got through that. We
George.
told them that the election, the way we went through, there are so many things that must be revisited. Our constitution is not the right type of constitution this nation will have. We have kept on saying that. It's not working. Number two, the economic indices are frightening. Look at the inflation rate. It's rising. Now, what exactly is our debt portfolio? How much money are we owing? We are still borrowing.
Chief.
So you see, yes, so but I want to be very fair. Yes, we had discussions. You said, give us time. We will see what we will do to assuage this and assuage that. We are all waiting.
Okay.
We are all waiting. I said before that I bring in Bola, and Abuja is not Lagos. Abuja, the experience he had in his life was Lagos. Lagos is not Abuja. Abuja is a different ball game. So let's see. By this time next year, you will hear from our party.
Okay.
I can bet you that, because we have given him enough time to have seen all the flaws and then try to make amends so that we can move forward.
Okay, Chief George.
All right, let us talk. Now, the problem we have with people, especially politicians in Nigeria, is that they are not consistent with their speech and character. They tend to change over time. They change based on how their interest is being affected. They act based on what they will gain at that moment. So as long as their craving is being satisfied at that moment, that is how they will act. And that is a problem we are having with politicians and the elite in Nigeria. Now, let me tell you something. Wole Soyinka in 2012 protested against Goodluck Jonathan. He was very apprehensive about Goodluck Jonathan regime, criticized him at every slightest issue, even called the wife a she-hippopotamus. Then he supported Buhari. Buhari came into power. All through the 8 years of President Muhammadu Buhari, he never criticized him. The 2023 election saw Tinubu becoming the president. He never criticized Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Rather, he was criticizing another candidate that did not even win the election. He said they should give him 1 year. After 1 year, he's going to criticize Bola Ahmed Tinubu. 1 year has passed. He has not criticized Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now, Tinubu has named a major road in Abuja after him. Bode George is an elder statesman and also a politician. That is what you must understand. Now, in the 2023, the build-up to the 2023 election, he was very apprehensive about Bola Ahmed Tinubu's presidency. He warned Nigeria that they should not allow Bola Ahmed Tinubu to become the president. He said all manner of things about Bola Ahmed Tinubu, how Bola Ahmed Tinubu pocketed Lagos, how he ran Lagos, how he is going to pocket Nigeria. He said if Bola Ahmed Tinubu become the president, he's going to leave Nigeria to Ghana. He said his age and he's nearing going home, that he's pitying the young one. He has pity over the young ones that will see the regime of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He said Nigerians will suffer if Bola Ahmed Tinubu become the president. And then Nigerians are suffering ever since Bola Ahmed Tinubu became the president. Before the inauguration of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, some people were sent to him to go and talk to him. I don't know what they told him, but ever since they approached him and ever since that meeting was held, Bode George has never come out to talk about the presidency of Bola Ahmed Tinubu anymore. Now, I'm wondering, what was his position then when he was criticizing Bola Ahmed Tinubu? Is it because he wanted his party to win the presidency? Is it because he wanted to be in power? What did he see that he is not seeing anymore? Because if you watch him now, you will notice that his language has changed. He's no longer calling for the Bola Ahmed Tinubu government to be scrutinized. He's now asking Nigerians to be patient with Bola Ahmed Tinubu. 1 year has passed. All right, give him 1 more year. He's making excuses for the same person he warned Nigerians that this man will not do any shit. This man will not do anything for Nigerians. Nigerians will suffer if this man becomes the president. But currently, his language has changed. Just like Rufai Oseni reminded him, is it because you were approached that your language has changed? What has changed so far? What he's saying is that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is suffering the effect of President Muhammadu Buhari 8 years of maladministration. He's trying to understand the dynamics around governance so he can know the best approach to tackle it. Now, the truth is you don't give a failure any soft landing. You don't give a failure any facelift. You call a failure for what it is, and that is a fact that Bola Ahmed Tinubu has failed to deliver the promises, if there was any promises, to deliver Nigerians good governance. Now, I need to remind Baba that when Bola Ahmed Tinubu was inaugurated as the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, another president in a faraway country, Argentina, was also inaugurated same time. What made it more fascinating is that Nigeria and Argentina has almost the same problem, economic problem, inflation problem, insecurity, almost the same thing. They were facing almost the same bad governance. Now, Javier Milei took over Argentina, and ever since he took over Argentina, Argentina has been experiencing improved governance. Every negative indices in Argentina has reduced. The inflation he met on ground, he has reduced it, and he has improved the purchasing power and the living condition of the people. The economy of Argentina has greatly improved ever since he took over office. 1 year in office, Argentines have experienced economic boom. Now, this is what we are talking about. Before you take over leadership position, before you take over power, you must understand the problem in that country. You must know it off tip. Bola Ahmed Tinubu avoided every debate to discuss the problem of this country. He avoided every interview to discuss the problem and the solution he has for Nigeria. He completely avoided them. P2B, on the same hand, was going around the country telling Nigerians the problem they have. He said they have study the problem to the point that he even went to Egypt to understudy how they were able to improve power generation. He knew the problem beforehand and he said, this is what I'm going to do to improve it. The security, the food challenge we're experiencing, there are vast land in the north that needs to be cultivated. The reason why we are facing insecurity is because the people we neglected, our youth that we neglected, they are coming back to haunt us. These youths that are carrying guns, these are the youths that were neglected because of bad leadership. We need to go to them. We need to pull them out of poverty. We need to start pulling the people out of poverty and giving them jobs. This is what Mr. P2P was saying. By doing that, you are going to reduce insecurity and then you will now improve your security apparatus, your security architecture. This will enable the farmers to go back to farm. Farmers going back to farm, we drive down the inflation, the food inflation we experience, because currently farmers cannot go to farm because of insecurity. The few that successfully go to farm, they have to pay terrorists money to access their farmland. Even if they want to harvest what they have in their farmland, they will also pay terrorists. So whatever they encounter in doing this, they put the brunt in the final price of the goods and services. That is the reason why you're seeing the price of food items in the market has skyrocketed, because these people are paying money to terrorists. Imagine paying money to terrorists to access your farmland. You would definitely add the price of whatever you pay on the price of the goods. This is what we are facing. P2P said we will improve on that and allow the farmers to go to farm. When the farmers go to farm, then we will reduce food inflation after pulling people out of poverty. His approach to governance was all over everywhere. But Bola Tinubu avoided all this. He avoided to be scrutinized because he did not want to expose himself, because if he had attended this debate, Nigerians would have known what he's going to do to tackle all this problem. P2P said he's going to do all this things simultaneously. Now ask yourself a question: what has Bola Tinubu done in order to improve the living condition of the people, in order to reduce poverty, in order to improve insecurity? But rather, his policies have had adverse negative effect on the people. Bola Tinubu removed fuel subsidy without putting things on ground that will help to mitigate the effect of this fuel subsidy. Barely few months after that, we are still hearing that the government of Bola Tinubu is still paying fuel subsidy after increasing the price of fuel times 4. Nigerians are suffering the adverse effect of him removing fuel subsidy, but he is still paying fuel subsidy. So why do you give excuses for this? The signs are there. It's very clear that there is no policy on ground that will help to change the life of Nigerians. All what Bola Tinubu has succeeded in doing is putting policies that are affecting the life of Nigerians. Even if you give him 2 years, nothing will change. There is no two ways about that. Nothing will change. 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. What you're experiencing now is what you will keep experiencing, because the government of the day do not understand what they are doing. If they understand what they are doing, how come they are still paying for subsidy after removing it? How come they are still paying for it? The money that has been saved from the said subsidy so far, where is it? Where has that money been put in? Where has that money been invested into? Rather, they are using 90 billion to sponsor pilgrimage. They are buying 5 billion presidential yacht. They are spending 160 million to buy SUVs for our National Assembly members, building car parks, renovating the office of the Vice President, spending 15 trillion naira on a coastal road project while Nigerians are hungry, while Nigerians cannot eat. Now tell me, how long do you think he needs for you to experience the real effect of good governance? He doesn't need any time. The time he has wasted it. People like Bode George, their elder statesmen, they should say it as it is. They should say the truth without any fear of favor. I am so disappointed to hear this from him. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.